progress. We're having a bit of a technical difficulty, everyone, so we will be back right in a moment. All right, everyone. Sorry for the technical difficulties here. We're not able to see our confidence monitor, but it's Alyssa Coram and Ken Shreve here with your market update. And on today's show, a bit of retail news in the spotlight today. We're going to take a look at Macy's and Target, also at Chipotle and Vertex Pharmaceuticals. So first, let's take a look at the major indexes. We are down across the board, but off lows, down about anywhere between 0.2 and 0.3% each. But we're still in a confirmed uptrend as of now.
Yeah, and I'd say actually a pretty impressive performance for the stock market in the early going Thursday. NASDAQ was down about 0.8% or so. Futures were pointing towards a lower open, but like you said, we are well off lows, kind of modest declines. Some bad news from retailers early, but the market is holding up pretty well here.
All right, and looking at those individual names, a bit of some gloomy action in the retail space. Macy's plunging some 19% on disappointing holiday sales, and it also slashed its profit and sales outlook. So earlier in 2018, we did see retail starting to do well, but have we pivoted back to retail not being in favor?
Well, since Macy's was trading near a high of 41, 42 several weeks ago, it has been in a pronounced downtrend. So a lot of people probably thinking a lot of bad news was already priced into Macy's, but the news that they came out with this morning, not very good. The stock is getting crushed on really weak holiday sales. So the stock has been very weak. That's dragged down other department stores like Kohl's, and so this is a stock that was in a downtrend and is now even in more of a downtrend at this point.
That's right. And then we also have Target that we want to look at. That stock down about 3.7%, a little bit off of its lows, but still a gap down here for Target. We do have holiday same-store sales up 5.7% compared to a 3.4% gain last year. So that's positive, but it down in sympathy with Macy's here.
Yeah, retailers definitely the weakest performing sector so far today, but you can see that Target has rallied off lows. It is still trading lower, but like you said, the numbers were pretty good. Same-store sales up 5.7%. That was nicely higher than the year-ago number of 3.4% growth. This company has been investing heavily in store remodels, digital, delivery services. So even though Target not that healthy from a technical perspective, the stock has rallied nicely off lows, and numbers seem to be pretty good here.
And it is trading about 25% below its all-time high. So what would we like to see here? Of course, it hold within the consolidation and then start to climb above those moving averages.
Exactly. I mean, the Target looks like a lot of charts right now hit hard by institutional selling in recent weeks. It's making a case for a bottom, but it still has a lot of overhead supply to work through. So it's going to be tough going, but again, numbers pretty good at Target.
That's right. And elsewhere in retail, but this time in the restaurant space, Chipotle continuing to show strength as it nears highs as well as a potential buy point.
Yeah, I mean, the daily chart here shows a buy point of 501.08. It is just above that. So wanted to talk about some good news in the market. You know, Chipotle really acting quite well here. It is, a breakout candidate. It hasn't broken out with conviction yet, but there's a good turnaround going on at Chipotle. There's a relatively new CEO in place, similar to Wingstop, another strong performing restaurant stock. Chipotle has been making a lot of investments in delivery and digital, and market seems to like a turnaround story here. Big annual estimates for Chipotle earnings in 2018 up 29% from 2017, and actually accelerating in 2019 up 40%. So pretty compelling fundamentals at Chipotle. Company seems to have a lot of its recent problems behind it.
Right, and as you mentioned, that relative strength, very impressive at highs, and the fact that it's higher now than when the stock was trading at an all-time high is especially bullish and especially what we want to see on a breakout.
Yeah, I mean, this stock has only had one down session. It's been up a lot, has rallied furiously off its lows. So maybe a little bit of a pullback near the 500 level wouldn't be surprising, but I would definitely call Chipotle still a bona fide breakout candidate.
And we also want to look at compelling chart action for Vertex Pharmaceuticals. It too is nearing a buy point, just 2% below a potential entry here in the biotech space.
Yeah, some biotechs also showing interesting price action in the market. Again, we are in a confirmed uptrend, so you want to look at stocks that are, vying for breakouts with healthy relative strength lines. Vertex is a dominant player in the market for cystic fibrosis. You look at the chart here, a pretty easily identifiable buy point of 187.86. This is a first stage base, so you can see another stock that has rallied nicely off lows. We'll see if it can break out over that buy point. But solid fundamentals, profitable, and really a high quality biotech.
Right, and can you quickly touch on the importance of a first stage base? We want to be looking at stocks that are, somewhat early in their runs.
Yeah, I mean, there's first stage, second stage, third stage, and you always want to look at stocks when they're in the early stages of a move. It's typical when you're first learning to invest in growth stocks to buy too late, maybe buy after a stock has made a huge price move already. So it's always important to be able to identify first stage bases, and you look at a weekly chart for Vertex, and you can see it's clearly first stage, and breakout, could spur a nice move here.
All right. Well, great insights as always, Ken. And everyone, be sure to head to investors.com throughout the trading session and after the close for the latest market news and analysis. And you can also catch us across social media and on YouTube coming up on the 23rd, right after our morning show. Ken and I will be doing a YouTube Live AMA. It's exclusive to YouTube, so make sure you hop over there before that so you can subscribe, so you can get those notifications and then also add to the conversation. We want it to be very interactive. You could, of course, submit questions ahead of time, but we would love to get your questions live and answer them at that time. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.